Right, this is the video of me making the bat and the spear from the Ford Stone Age tool set. I also made a knife as well, but what is really annoying is as this one recorded was 3 hours long, my computer stopped recording after a while, but even though I did click record again, it hadn't saved. Um, for some reason, so annoyingly I've lost that end of footage of me making the knife. But to make the knife, it was just following the picture, extruding, the same modeling techniques as this. You can see the knife in some of the other videos, and also in the final render. But here was my first attempt at the spear, thinking, oh, okay, yeah, this looks like kind of a spear, and everything, so I was getting it all set up. Changing, like, remove some of the edges so that it's got more of a square kind of handle to it, which is a bit more realistic. Here I was just trying to get the bottom of it to kind of like bend inwards slightly. I was struggling with it a little bit. I wasn't too sure how to make it look like the image photo, where it kind of comes in and then just like a loop thing. So that was really annoying. I was just messing around trying to get this sorted. I thought it was close enough. Messed up a bit of the shape there. So yeah, I was just trying to shape and warp it to try and look how I wanted it to look like. It was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. But yeah, this is the first design of the spear, because when I started texturing it, I realised it doesn't really look like it doesn't look like the reference image at all. It looks like a pencil, and it's like, well, it does look like the reference image, but it doesn't look like a proper kind of spear. It looks like the reference image, but it just doesn't look enough to me. I really did not like the way the model is, so I changed the model later. This is me making the bat, which is part of the reference image. It's quite simple to make. It was quite fun to actually make this and mess around with it to make it look like a Stone Age bat. So yeah, so there's all messing around with this, trying to make it more look like a boulder that's been stuck together rather than um, a, a obviously complete circle, well, sphere, because obviously this is Stone Age and everything was all handcrafted. Here I was trying to make the straps to wrap around it, but I know there's probably an easier way to do this. But can't remember. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if there's like code and stuff to make something wrap around an object. So I ended up scrapping out, so I'll just do it into texturing in Substance Painter. So loaded up Substance Painter, brought the model in, just see if it will work. But I realised I forgot to properly UV wrap this. I'm not sure if I did actually have to UV wrap this. Can't quite remember, but yeah, I did. I had to go back, properly UV wrap it because the handle there was deformed and stretching and stuff like that. And also the top of the boulder as well. So I had to delete the UVs and just do it properly, face by face. Because even though it's a small part of the seam, it's still going to get a close up. So I kind of need to make it look nice, so it works properly. So just doing the normal UV and wrapping techniques. Try to sort out the top bit of the handle. I tried to do a plain, now it didn't work, so it's spherical. So then it wrapped around quite nicely. So I did the same there, trying to get it all the same size. And the boulder, I had to do the top bit as well, because even though I didn't have to do the whole face, that's why I just deleted that bit of face and just saw the whole. Here, just trying to sort out the top bit as part of the mesh, because it's a bit warped. But I thought that's good enough for what it is. So obviously bake the textures, use the like chestnut version to get the wooden handle of it all, and then obviously get the then trying to find a rock texture was very difficult with Substance. There wasn't really anything I really wanted, so I think I ended up using steel, and just change around the settings as well, just to make it more of a look more rocky, because this was the only rock they had in. Obviously with the bump textures and stuff, but here, yeah, I kind of did use steel, but then like turn down the metallicness, so then there it looks like a rock there. And here I was just trying to get the right kind of brush for the fabric, which obviously would be the leather, and I found they've actually got leather. So, but the problem with this, obviously, because it's painted on there, it paints onto the bump map, so there's a little like leather to be wrapped around it. But for us to be such a small part of the mesh for this particular model, I didn't need to stress that about it too much. And so I just check the reference image and then just doing it like this, wrapping it around. The job's a good one, really. And that is the bat made. So obviously get it into Maya. I'm still not the best at this. Of bringing the textures in for Substance to Maya because it doesn't look exactly the same. But it's more on my part to do a bit more research into where I ask tutors or roommates how to do it properly. But here, just bringing in everything into Maya is what I think it does. But it looks pretty alright. It was just the bump map looked a bit weird or non-existent. So yeah, so that's in there. Obviously, I was adding some Arnold Light stuff just to see what it looks like when I render it out, just to check that everything's fine. Also, it was a bit too dark, so I was just bringing in a load of lights just to light it up, just so I could see what it looks like rendered out. So then I was quite happy with the result. So yeah, so moving into there, I was just testing that all out of the world stuff. And then I started moving on to the Spear. Even though it does look like the reference image sliding, it was just too perfect. It wasn't, I didn't put enough edges on or anything, and I just didn't like the model really. So here's me just UV unwrapping it. As usual, just to get it ready for Substance Painter. Getting the cone all sorted. It was quite an easy UV unwrap, to be fair. They're not complicated objects, it's just getting the right stuff done. So here I put it into Substance, baked all the textures, and I started to texture it, and it was at this point I was like, it really just looks like a pencil. And it's like I've designed a very good pencil, like here just trying to get this sorted, and it just did not like it one bit. It was just like, that's not what I wanted. Here we go, look, I've just done my pencil, that will do. Myself in the height map, just trying to get the right look, and it was not what I wanted at all. So I thought I'm just going to scrap this. I'm going to make a different kind of sphere to what is there. I know it's on a reference image, but it just isn't. No, I was trying to mess around, sort it all out, and then I found another reference image of another sphere, which is what I'm going to make now. So I kept the handle, no problem getting rid of that, and brought in a pyramid, and just to mess around, and it already looked a lot better even before I started messing around with it fully. But obviously messing around with the parameters, how many sides there is, indenting it, doing some subdivisions, extruding some of the faces, and I ended up created quite a nice model, I thought. So just making the thickness a little bit more, messing around, extruding the faces back inwards, delete some of the excess faces, and just to create a nice looking mesh, really. Here's the skin all sorted, so you got some depth detail on there to make it look nice. So yes, obviously I smoothed the blade out, but didn't smooth the handle, as it made the handle really weird. But I was just trying to do some clean up work. Obviously UV wrapping it and everything, just trying to make it so I could texture it properly into doing these faces or doing the other side, as you usually do. And I decided I'm not gonna, I took off the smooth because I thought it needs to be sharp edges really. Like that, there was some smooth on the mesh, but it just wasn't doing it fully on the reference image. So yeah, here I was kind of like, I need to get a proper stone rock texture, so I went onto YouTube, looked how to put, so obviously went on Substance Share, but I was trying to put it into Substance Painter, so I just looked at a quick video tutorial on how to do that. And so yeah, so doing that, I'll be able to texture the blade. It's this part of the video where it's going to cut off soon. You know, you get to see me making the knife, which is a shame because that was more of one of the complex models to create and stuff. But you'd be able to see in one final renders and stuff quite easily. So at least it's not fully to waste. So I was just looking through how to get the material into Substance Painter and stuff. You'll see what I'll be doing in a minute. But yeah, it's just a shame that the video just cut off and that it just stopped recording. It's like, I really enjoyed making the knife. It was an interesting challenge. But here, I'll just bring the spear into Substance, obviously using the mask and stuff here, making the blade, everything like that. But this is welcome to the end of the video. The next video will be me showing making the sticks and stuff, and I hope you enjoy that one. And thank you for watching again.